All right, today we're diving into a football story that honestly has it all. We're talking high stakes, a crazy hostile crowd, and a comeback that is just for the ages. Let's jump right in.
Okay, I want you to picture this. You're in the final. The trophy is right there. You can almost taste it, but you're down 2-0. And not just down 2-0. You're down 2-0 to the host nation. The crowd is just deafening, and every single person is cheering against you. For most teams, that's it. Game over. The dream dies right there. But for the Super Falcons, well, this was just getting started.
So the stage was set for something absolutely epic. We're talking the final of the 2025 Women's African Cup of Nations. You'll hear it called WAFCON. And where was it happening? Morocco. You can just imagine an entire nation just roaring for their home team to go all the way.
So you've got the two finalists. On one side, you have the Atlas Lionesses of Morocco, and they are just fueled by tens of thousands of screaming home fans. Then, on the other side, you have the Super Falcons of Nigeria, a total powerhouse on the continent. But man, were they facing an incredible test of their resolve.
And this is what it was all about. The WAFCON trophy. This is the ultimate prize, the symbol of being the absolute best in African women's football. The pressure on both of these teams was just immense. You can't even imagine. Okay, so now let's get to the real heart of the story, right? How in the world did the Super Falcons turn what looked like a guaranteed crushing defeat into one of the most memorable victories this tournament has ever seen? And there it is, the low point. Just look at that score, 0-2. You're staring that in the face, the clock is ticking down, and the home crowd is already celebrating. They think it's over, that victory is inevitable. For the Super Falcons, it really must have felt like the dream was just gone. But, and this is a big but, the Super Falcons have that champion's spirit. You just can't ever count them out. This right here, this was the exact moment the entire story of this final was about to change. And look at that. What an unbelievable turnaround. The Super Falcons clawed their way back, one goal at a time, just silencing that massive crowd. They put in three unanswered goals to win the whole thing 3-2. That is a stunning victory snatched right from the jaws of defeat. Now, a comeback like that, it's not just about team spirit, though that's a huge part of it. It takes moments of pure individual genius. And when the awards were handed out at the end, Nigeria's dominance was just on full, undeniable display. I mean, check this out. Rashida Ajibade, who was an absolute dynamic force all tournament, she gets named Best Player. Then you've got Nnadozie, a total rock and goal, named Best Goalkeeper. And of course, the mastermind who put it all together, Madugu, he was deservedly named Best Coach. That is a total and complete clean sweep. Winning the cup is one thing. That's amazing in itself. But for your players and your coach to be recognized as the absolute best at what they do, that just speaks volumes about the level of quality we're talking about here. This victory was clearly built on a foundation of just world-class talent.
So, what does this incredible win really mean, in the grand scheme of things? Well, let me tell you, it is not just another trophy for the cabinet. No way. It's a whole other chapter in a long story of incredible dominance.
Now, for anyone who might not know, the Super Falcons are Nigeria's women's national team. And honestly, calling them a powerhouse in African football, that might actually be an understatement. For decades, they have been the benchmark for excellence. So let's really talk about that legacy for a second. It can pretty much be summed up by this one single powerful number: 10. Yeah, this wasn't just any championship. This was their 10th Women's African Cup of Nations title. A perfect 10. I mean, that just cements their status. They're not just champions. They are a true dynasty that has literally defined an entire era of football on the continent. And all of that, it just leaves us with one final thought, one big question. You've got 10 championships, you've got this insane comeback victory on foreign soil, and you've got a clean sweep of all the top awards. When you put it all together and look at the whole picture, you just have to ask, are the Super Falcons the greatest dynasty in the history of African football? The evidence, well, it's pretty compelling, isn't it?